Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers.
Yeah, thank you. You remember, viewers, I told you about how mainstream media claimed that the ASI who stopped Salman Khan at the airport was in trouble for the airport incident, and that CISF had replied to my tweet saying that such reports were factually incorrect and that the officer was instead rewarded for his professionalism. Friends, just to let you know that it was not only New India Express and Times of India that reported fake news, but almost every channel in YouTube, right from Zoom to channels with strange Bollywood names, all were spreading this fake news, which clearly means that the PR team of Bhaijan was perhaps asked to do it. And fake media obliged, and if CISF had not clarified to my tweet, people would still believe that the young CISF officer was punished for following rules. This is how mainstream does mischief, and they sell their souls to the devil for some coins. So this is something very, very. So it's also a fact that we would have believed a lot of other stories which they would have sold like this. Okay, Jaydev, you have something about Paramveer Singh. In fact, Jaydev, there is a message from one of our viewers, Pramod, who says that he heard in a Marathi channel that he's already abroad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so Pramod has just mentioned that. Yes.
I wonder where is he in Maldives? having a good time.
Maybe in UK with his wife.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like after Paramveer Singh and Anil Deshmukh's disappearance, one more person is all set to disappear. So Sachin Waze moved NIA court for treatment at private hospital. Vaze, who says he has been suffering from chest pain since August 12th and is undergoing treatment at Sir JJ Hospital, dismissed encounter specialist Sachin Waze has moved a special NIA court to allow him to take treatment at a private hospital, claiming that he had 3 heart blockages. So the NIA has arrested Vaze, had arrested Vaze on March 13th in connection with the recovery of an explosive-laden Scorpio found near Mukesh Ambani's South Mumbai residence. So Vaze has been suffering from chest pain since August 12th and is undergoing treatment. So the special NIA judge Prashant was informed about the plea on Saturday when the judicial custody of Vaze and other 4 accused dismissed Assistant Inspector Riyasuddin Kazi, Inspector Sunil Mane, Vinayak Shinde, and Bookie Naresh Gore ended. When I asked Vaze to be joined on video conference for extension of his judicial custody, I came to know Vaze was taken to JJ Hospital from the jail since August 12th. His lawyers are informed about the treatment, but neither the lawyers nor NIA officers nor the jail authorities informed me about it. Judge Sitre told Vaze's counsel, advocate Raunak Nayak, on Tuesday. Nayak informed that the court that Vaze had 3 blockages, including 2 to the extent of 90%, and in the past he has been advised to undergo bypass surgery. Nayak moved separate applications on Tuesday before the court for allowing family members to meet Vaze at JJ Hospital for home, food, and for allowing Vaze to take treatment at private hospital. The court rejected his first application for allowing him to meet his family members after NIA Special Public Prosecutor Sunil Gonzalez opposed it. The court is likely to decide on other 2 applications for home food and treatment at a private hospital on August 27th, after NIA stated that the agency was waiting for Vaze's fresh medical report from JJ Hospital. On Saturday, the court had extended the judicial custody of Vaze and 4 other accused after the NIA made a statement that it will file a charge sheet against them on September 4th. So I believe you have something on Rhea.
Yeah. So the social media was flooded with the words "Arrest Rhea in the SSR case." So it was flooded by Sushant Singh Rajput fans ahead of Rhea Chakravarti's Star Chehre release. Fans have been furious as Rhea Chakravarti is gradually directing towards a normal life, and they're totally against it, knowing that she is accused number one and only out on bail, not free to do as she chooses. Rhea Chakravarti is trying her best to move on and will mark her comeback in Bollywood with Chehre, though it's a very minute role. But ahead of that, Arrest Rhea in SSR case is trending on social media. Sushant fans have always been against Rhea finding a place back in Bollywood. They wanted the actress to face a boycott from Bollywood. But many, including a lot of her admirers, right from Anand Pandit, Rumi Jaffrey, amongst others, have come in support of the actress and have wanted to give her an opportunity. And now even Imran Hashmi, who's starring in Tiger 3. See the links. Twitter is flooded with the hashtag Arrest Rhea in SSR case. So a user wrote contradictory statements on why Rhea left Sushant's Bandra residence on 8th June raises a lot of questions. The probable link between Rhea leaving the house on the day when Disha died should be probed. Arrest Rhea in SSR case. Another wrote justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, justice for Disha Salian, justice for Jia Khan. Arrest Rhea in SSR case. We all know there is no proof against Rhea on direct transaction with drugs from Sushant's account. Still find evidence against Rhea. Why this drug peddler is roaming free? Said another tweet. Another tweet said that why Thai took its SSR medical reports and laptop along with her when she left. It's on 8th June. Why she left on 8th June only? Why not before? Arrest Rhea in SSR case and interrogate her, dear CBI. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a conference set to take place with sponsorship from universities in the USA has attracted a lot of attention in India. The theme of the conference is dismantling global Hindutva and is said to be attended by eminent intellectuals of the Indian liberal camp.
Yeah, here, Jaydev. So when we
Yeah.
talk about eminent intellectuals, the names will come out, and it's very
Yeah.
ironic. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, like it's funny in India that you're considered intellectual if you are, anti-Hindu.
Leftist. Yeah.
Yeah, left.
Yes.
Yeah. So coming back, all the Modi haters and people who speak vehemently against India seem to be part of the group of speakers. Nandini Sundar, Naxal sympathizer Kavita Krishnan, ostensible propagandist Anand Patwardhan, and insufferable troll Meena Kandaswamy are some of the speakers at the event. Discussions on matters will revolve around caste, gender politics, and related matters. One segment will also devote itself to describing what precisely is global Hindutva. But the most intriguing aspect of the event is the segment titled Hindutva and White Supremacy. It isn't clear what the link between the two is precisely, but the objective appears to be clear. The event is geared towards appealing to Western audiences and ensuring that people in the West do not have a favorable opinion of Hindutva as an ideology. Audrey Truschke, who has been heavily publicizing the event, has provided some insight and in the past regarding the manner in which they seek to associate Hindutva with white supremacy. Back in March, Mike Cernovich, an American media personality with a populist Republican political orientation, commented on Audrey Truschke. He only said that most Hindus feel about the historian. The comments were made during the Rutgers University controversy when the institution attempted to defend Truschke over allegations of Hinduphobia from students. Cernovich said that in any other content, her conduct would be considered genocide denial and Holocaust revisionism. But since her agenda is against Hindus, the university does not care. So we assume that in the Hindutva and white supremacy segment, the speakers will make an attempt to claim that there's a nexus between Hindu organizations in the USA and white supremacist groups, Of course, this does not make any sense, but that is a claim that will be made regardless of the fact that Hindus are a micro minority in the US and hold no discernible political power. The ramifications of such allegations are not hard to guess. It will paint a target on the back of Hindu Americans, serving as a justification for left leaning extremist associations to target Hindus in the country. This is the obvious next step in the long drawn attempt by the liberal intellectual establishment to draw an equivalence between Hindutva and white supremacy. Sanatana Dharma is one of the only ancient civilizations that has existed for long and will continue to thrive and flourish. These India and Modi haters can't do a thing. Indians will not let them, and they are the vast majority in most countries in India. So here again, I mean, it's like there are attempts to sort of bring Hinduism in very bad light. So and thanks to support from the so-called left liberal intellectuals in our own country.
Yeah, right. Moving on to the next piece of news. The extremely harsh comments from Uddhav Thackeray's party came hours after Narayan Rane was granted bail by the Raigad court after being arrested for his objectionable remarks on the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Maharashtra's ruling party, Shiv Sena, it's not ruling party, it's a part of the party. It's a three-party government, which is Shiv Sena and the NCP and Congress. So here Shiv Sena has made a scathing attack on Union Minister Narayan Rane for his slap Uddhav remark, describing the BJP leader as a balloon with holes and compared him with a frog. A strongly worded editorial in its mouthpiece Samna, the party slammed the firebrand Maharashtra BJP leader for his gangster-like acts. The Uddhav Thackeray-led party wrote, Narayan Rane was never a great or conscious person. He earned his reputation while in Shiv Sena. After Rane quit the party, Shiv Sena defeated him 4 times in Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha polls. Hence, if one has to describe Rane, then he should be called a perforated balloon. No matter how much air is filled in the balloon, it will never go up. The Sena editorial went on to say, but BJP has decided to inflate this perforated balloon. Some people also liked Rane to a frog who crooks. Who is he? He has himself declared that he's not a normal person. Then the BJP has to check if it's a bunch of abnormal people. Now, all this coming from Samna, and the spokesperson for that. So this person has always been, seen in a very bad light, and he's been called naughty because he keeps using the wrong words when he speaks. So, in PM Modi's cabinet, Narayan Rane is the Minister of Small-Scale Industries. The Prime Minister considers himself a very normal person. He calls himself a principal servant of the country. This is what the Samna is saying. This is his humility. But Rane says, I'm not normal. Possibly, that's why he is above the law and feels that he has not done any crime. Rane was never a cultured man, and that's why he's behaving like a Chapri gangster, the Samna editorial said. The harsh comments from Uddhav Thackeray's party came hours after Rane was granted bail by the Raigad court after being arrested for his objectionable remarks on the Chief Minister. At his Jan Ashirwad Yatra in Raigad on Monday, Rane had created a controversy by saying he would have given a tight slap to Uddhav for forgetting the year of India's Independence Day. It's a shame CM Uddhav Thackeray does not know the year of India's Independence Day. During his address, CM leaned to his side to inquire about the year of Independence Day. Had I been there, I would have given him a tight slap, Rane had said. The comments evoked a sharp response with Shiv Sena and its allies holding protests across the state, and you know how they behave. They all behave like goons. It also led to 2 FIRs and 3 complaints against the minister in 3 different cities. Yeah, I think we have another suicide case, supposed to be suicide case, that happened in Goa.
Yeah, before that, in my opinion, it's the golden opportunity for Narayan Rane to ask Uddhav Thackeray what's happening regarding the SSR and the Disha case.
Yeah,
is the perfect time for that. I feel. Yeah.
So and also showing all the evidence as well.
Yeah. So unfortunately, another actress, which is she acted in Kanchana 3, and she's a Russian actress. She was found dead in Goa. So, in a bizarre case, like many we have exposed before in our channel, a young and healthy Russian actor, Alexandra Javi, who played a prominent role in the Tamil film Kanchana 3, was found dead in her apartment in Goa. So, as per reports, Alexandra was found hanging in her rented flat in North Goa, and now they say it's a suicide. So, apparently, you see, I mean, it's the same story again and again, whether it's Rhea, sorry, whether it's Jia Khan or whether it's
Disha.
SSR, yeah, Disha or SSR. So apparently, the police have recorded the statements from her boyfriend who was staying with her in the same apartment. However, he was not present when the incident took place. An investigation is currently underway into the case. The police are also looking into an angle of blackmailing involving a Chennai based photographer into Alexandra's death. Alexandra had filed a case of sexual harassment against the photographer in 2019 in Chennai. In Kanchana 3, Alexandra was paired with Raghava Lawrence and she appeared in the flashback portion. So
Yeah.
I believe you have something about the Canadian Kumar.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah,
like the Canadian
yeah.
Kumar has been going through a very bad phase ever since SSR died. His latest movie, Bell Bottom, day 5 box office estimate drops below 2 crores. Of course, the producers have many excuses. They say the hold in single screen has come because some circuits in the north are still in the Raksha Bandhan mode, resulting in unhealthy footfalls. The drop in multiplexes is a little alarming, they say, as a film that opened at low levels, it needed to sustain better by recording a Monday similar to Friday to put up a respectable total in the longer run. The 5-day figures are lower than expected, but we still hope for the film to spring a mighty surprise by sustaining and putting up a respectable total of rupees 45 crores plus in the long run. Interestingly, Delhi has permitted night shows from today, but that hasn't helped the business much. So looks like, friends, you all are winning, the battle, because your boycott Bollywood has succeeded in many ways. Yet another person from Bollywood, whom you may or may not know, a director who has been making films for Bollywood, Bhaijan, is really upset with Indians demonizing the Mughal rulers. Just like fake stories that come out every day, now this director, Kabir Khan, I'm sure you know him. Yes, another Khan. He says Mughals were the original nation builders. Can you believe it? And he says they are portraying them as murderers is wrong. It's the easiest thing today, demonizing the Mughals and various other Muslim rulers, trying to fit them into preconceived stereotypes is distressing, granted. Expressing love and respect for Islamic invaders, film director Kabir Khan revealed that it is problematic and disturbing for him to watch films that demonize the Mughals. He alleged that such portrayal is made just to go with the popular narrative and not based on historical evidence. You'll also remember, friends, that his wife is Minnie, the lady who was an anchor in several shows. And I think perhaps she has acted in some movies, I'm not sure. Bollywood Hangama quoted Kabir Khan as saying, I find it hugely problematic and disturbing because what really makes me upset is that it's being done just to go with the popular narrative. If you want to demonize the Mughals, please base it on some research and make us understand why they were the villains, what you think they were. It's not understood how did Khan conclude that Mughals were the original nation builders. Because India was rich and a vibrant civilization long before the Mughals came and invaded and looted India. A fuming Kabir said, if you do some research and read history, it's very tough to understand why they have to be villainized. I think they were the original nation builders, and to write them off, they say they have murdered people. Please point out the historical evidence. Please have an open debate. Just don't go with the narrative that you think will be popular. I wonder whether Kabir Khan thinks he's one of the, they are his ancestors. Justifying his weird take on Hail Mughals, Kabir alleged that it is fashionable to demonize the Mughals and that it has nothing to do with history. It's the easiest thing today, demonizing the Mughals and various other Muslim rulers. Trying to fit them into preconceived stereotypes is distressing. Kabir Khan is the director of movies like Note Please, Bajrangi Bhaijaan, and New York. His father, Rashiduddin Khan, was a nephew of former President Dr. Zakir Hussain. Rashiduddin Khan was reportedly a favorite of Indira Gandhi and was one of the founding members of JNU. Hailing Mughals was not where the film director stopped at. Kabir spoke about how wrong politics can influence the masses, as mainstream movies have a great influence over people. Politics is the way we see anything in this world. The way we look at women is our politics. The way we look at minorities is politics. The way we look at people living on the fringes of society is politics. The way we look at the films in power is politics, which has to come through, said Kabir when asked if he would make a film like his debut film, Kabul Express, in today's time. Well, Kabir, our comments are that, see, none of your films were realistic. You know, I don't know in which world you created them. And you used a very old hero, Bhaijan, to act in it. So it was not convincing at all. Yeah, back to you, Jaydev. Something on Manoj Bajpayee?
Yeah, see, actor Manoj Bajpayee, he filed a criminal defamation case against, Kamal Khan in an indoor court, KRK. So KRK is on the receiving end after, even Salman Khan filed a defamation case just a few months back. So according to a news agency, Manoj Bajpayee filed a criminal complaint in the Court of Judicial Magistrate, First Class, against KRK under IPC Section 500, which is punishment for defamation. He urged the court to register a criminal defamation case in the matter. The actor's lawyer, Paresh Joshi, said in a press release. The tweet in question was posted by KRK on July 26th, and it was defamatory in nature and tarnished the actor's image among his fans, the lawyer said. So Manoj Bajpayee personally appeared before the court to record a statement. KRK, in a series of tweets, had compared Manoj Bajpayee's hit show The Family Man to soft porn, and had also commented on his wife about his daughter's relationship status. In his tweets, KRK had called the actor a Ganjedi, among other things. KRK, seemingly in response to the complaint, tweeted a poll on Wednesday. Do you think that every Bollywood wala will file a defamation case on me within next 2 years? KRK was sent a defamation notice by Salman Khan earlier this year. While KRK has claimed that it is in retaliation for his unfavorable review of Radhe, Salman's lawyers maintain it is in response to allegations of corruption and money laundering. Yeah, so it's so funny that each and every Bollywood actor is filing a defamation case against KRK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, friends, I must end this news on a very, sort of a humorous note. So I know that you will start laughing out. But anyway, it's interesting for me to read this bit of news, and perhaps, I won't be able to control myself as well. So in a very bizarre case, friends, a man, Salman Mirza, he dies after sealing his genitals with adhesive during sex. Family blames the former fiancé. According to Salman's friends, Salman and his fiancée were addicted to a certain drug and were intoxicated when they decided to use adhesive instead of a condom. In a bizarre incident, the 25-year-old man from Gujarat allegedly died after using an epoxy adhesive instead of a condom during sex. According to the reports, Salman Mirza, a resident of Fatehwadi, Ahmedabad's Juhapura, died due to complications after using a strong epoxy adhesive similar to Fevikwik to seal his genitals while performing sex with his partner. Salman Mirza, along with his former fiancée, had checked into a local hotel on June 22. According to Salman's friends, Salman and his fiancée were drug addicts and were intoxicated when they decided to use adhesive instead of a condom. As the couple were not carrying protection, they decided to use a strong adhesive to seal off Salman's genitals to avoid pregnancy. A day later, on June 23rd, Salman was found unconscious in the shrubs near the hotel in Juhapura. His friend, Firoz Sheikh, found him and brought him home. Salman was later admitted to Sola Civil Hospital, where his condition deteriorated and he died. Senior officers Delu said that the viscera samples of the deceased have been sent for forensic examination. The police officer investigating the case said the couple used to abuse a drug that involved a whitener and an adhesive which is inhaled to get a kick. They use the adhesive to avoid pregnancy. Unfortunately, the adhesive damaged his organs and he died due to multiple organ failure, the police officer said. The police have recovered the CCTV footage of the hotel that shows Salman entering the premises with his ex-fiancée. Reportedly, Salman was the sole breadwinner for his family, including his elderly parents and two sisters. The family has filed a complaint in the Vejalpur police station on June 25th. Mirza's family members have accused the former fiancé of killing Salman by applying the adhesive to his private parts. Meanwhile, Salman's friends alleged that he may have lost consciousness due to heavy use of drugs which affected his health, and the epoxy adhesive just added to the complications that led to Salman's demise. So that's how that story ended, friends. So with this, we conclude the news, but we'll also take your comments and take it on from there. So let's just take the comments. Rhea, why Uddhav Thackeray sir has not taken quick action or not even said any single word on Rhea Khan, Disha, SSR, drugs, child trafficking? Absolutely. Viola, love you, Meena. Love to see you every day. Thank you so much, Viola. Monica, this is actually causing me a pain in my heart. Absolutely. Something absolutely weird. Oh my gosh, scary. Where is the world heading? Thank you so much for updating us like this, Janani. Thank you. Yes, epoxy glue, Misty. Justice for Sushant Singh, Rajput, Disha Salian, and Jia Khan. I can't. I thought I heard it on until I heard this news about sealing someone's. Yes. The Family Man, too, is supposedly very pornographic. I didn't even like it, Karthik, because the moment I tried to see a few scenes and somehow it all put me off. Welcome, Reva. Yes. Leonara, Misty, I agree with you 100%, but we're very unfortunate. We are very fortunate here that the murderers are caught and punished within days or weeks. Maybe may it be a layman or politician or policeman. I hope you agree with me. Varsha, most of the Bollywood people are either school, college dropouts or never went to school. So it's common for them not to know the Sindhu Saraswati Sabhyata or the now called Indus Valley civilization. Absolutely, well said, Varsha. I've heard of people inhaling it, but it's strange using. Yes, Misty, it really was very weird. Yeah, and he's dead, Raphael. That's what. I know it's sad, but somehow, I couldn't control myself. Maya, hope Chulman also follows the course of action like his names. Maya, you guys rock. Thank you, Srinivasan. Freebird. I didn't watch Family Man. I already started boycotting Bollywood before the series came. Good. Yeah. Pidilite Fevicol says. Yeah. And then you have. I tuned in just now, and that innovative contraception story might just be the most bizarre story. Absolutely, Sabina. Dr. Pushpa, Central Agency couldn't arrest a state minister despite proofs. That is what is the compulsion? While MBA has the audacity to arrest central minister on baseless grounds. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to come regarding the funny adhesive, condom sort of story. I'm sure Karan Johar will make a film out of this very soon.
Will that be his end? Okay.
And you will have Ayushmann Khurrana acting as hero.
Raphael, send that Fevicol to SS Moons as well as Buddha. Yes, I think Buddha deserves it most. This is savvy man. Yes, state pass. Yes, totally boycott Bollyweeds. Leonara, people in high positions don't get prosecuted here. Yes. Welcome, Kaudi. Dr. Pushpalata, Shersha is a hit. No, it's not, Doctor. It's just all hype. And it's PR doing that. If you actually look at everything, the way we did yesterday's tweet, Pushpa, when we were looking at YouTube, almost all the channels were saying that the officer was punished. He was not punished. And if we did not get the first-hand report or first-hand tweet from CISF, we would have all believed that. And I'm sure this is the case with Shersha because I know Karan Johar is behind it, and he's not a clean guy. Yes. Tezpur, when Narayan Rane and Nitish Rane said Disha SSR were murdered by baby Pen, there was no reaction. Maybe he was telling the truth. But when he said about slapping, there was a reaction. Absolutely. Yeah, Vishali. Amita. Monica, I'm just thinking like when people start coming for the funeral procession, would they have to go to detail about what happened? Like that would be seriously uncomfortable to hear. And as Srinivasan, only way is to boycott these creeps. If any of you would like to join us, please do. I'll send you the link. Just a second. Yeah. Monica, if you or anybody would like to join the stream, KB, please do come. They're declaring it a hit. No numbers or business stats, just hit. The movie is so overrated. Yes, absolutely. Join us on this link. It's there in the comment section. Sabina, they're declaring it a hit. No numbers or business
Yeah,
stats.
I'll just come in. I'll just take Savina's question.
Yeah.
When they say it's a hit, in India, how many theaters are full? Like hardly any theaters are full. So what do they mean? It's a hit, and what do they exactly mean?
Yeah. In fact, Sanjay is saying that
Yeah.
Shah is not a hit. As usual, fake news. It's probably okay movie, and I know people outside India have liked it. Will CBI take any action in SSR case? Patience is giving up. Amita. Yes, there is a story doing the rounds that CISF Jawan was punished. Please clarify. Yes, Runa is joining us. Welcome, Runa.
Hi, Meena. Hi, Jaideep. How are you?
Hi, Rona. I'm fine. How are you?
Good. First of all, Meena, I don't know whether you've read my message. I really wanted to appreciate your son, for giving such a big support to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, every son should be like you, Jaideep, because
Oh, thank you.
yeah, when a son supports mother, I mean, it's the world to the mother because I'm a mother. I know that, right? Yeah,
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Runa.
Thanks a lot, Rona.
Your good karma, Meena, for having a good son like Jaidev. Always be like that, okay, Jaidev? Always be like that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you. Meena, I
you.
wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
I also believe that I was kind of wondering why did the officer get punished? And
Yes.
until you told us,
Yes.
it was the other way around,
Yes.
you
And
know.
also, Runa, see, I was just doing a check of all the YouTube channels, and I saw that every channel with the those Bollywood type of channels and Zoom and everything was carrying the wrong news, saying
Yeah.
that this boy was punished. I mean,
Right.
how can they do that? So, which means there was a PR from the actors' side saying that because he would have been humiliated, to that all the whole world had seen him in such a position. So perhaps
Right.
they sent a PR, saying that this guy was punished for that. Immediately, you see, immediately, CSI got so offended when I said, "See, what's happening? Are we breaking the rules?" Immediately, they replied saying that, "See, no. In fact, we rewarded him."
So, Meena, what if you hadn't done it? So
Yes,
people would have understood the other way around, right?
yes, exactly. So, and how much of that sort of fake news are we, absorbing every day? See, for
Exactly,
example, yeah,
exactly.
some of the viewers today were saying that see, Shersha is a success. It's not a success. It's only what they are projecting. It would have been
Correct.
just like bell bottom.
So your son has named it correctly, Candid Meena. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted
So
to
spot on.
point out is, yeah, Monica, you agree, right?
Monica.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopelessly, her leg is not
Yeah.
in good shape. I was feeling
Yeah.
very bad for you,
Yeah.
Monica, when I saw your
Yeah. Oh,
picture.
I don't know. It was just one of the days. I don't know why I rushed down.
No, I had the
There
same
was still
problem
time
about
and
some months back. Yeah,
yeah.
I had it about
Yeah.
3 months back. I missed a step and
Uh-huh.
I fell on my
Okay.
knees. I couldn't move
Oh
for a
my
month.
God.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah.
But I
So
hope there
Oh,
wasn't like any fracture or something,
no, no,
right?
nothing.
Like
No, no,
you were good?
luckily nothing.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
thank God.
yeah.
Thank God. Oh, God,
Welcome,
God bless.
Pushpalata. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello,
Dr.
ma'am.
Pushpa is also.
Hello,
Welcome,
Minaji.
Pushpa.
Hello, Jaidev
How
ji.
are you?
hi, Pushpalata.
Thank you. I'm good. How are you all?
Monica. I'm fine.
Always nice to
Hi.
hear your voices, see you, though we can't see
Yeah.
your camera, but we love to hear your voices. Yeah. Pushpa, you wanted
Yeah.
to say something? Yeah.
Yes, Minaji. Actually, I wanted
Okay.
to thank you about that CISF officer. Actually, I was
Yeah.
really disappointed when I heard that news that
Yeah.
he has been punished. And
Absolutely.
for what, I didn't know the reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
today, when I saw that news, when you clarified it,
Yeah.
all this, I
Yes.
was really happy. At least CISF has cleared all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
doubts.
They must have been. They
And
must have been so offended. Yeah.
yes, yes.
See,
And
also,
this,
see, what I
yes,
want to tell you, Dr. Pushpa, is that see, we are all applauding this, but actually following rules
yes,
should be the system. I mean, this guy was only
yes.
following the rules. You know.
Actually, yeah, actually, I when that video went viral, I was not very happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was just following a normal protocol. So
Yes.
why
Exactly.
people were applauding him, and all, it was just normal. So
Yes.
I don't know why this big. I didn't even wanted to comment, but when I heard about that, CISF officer is punished, that I mean. Made me so angry, but now I am really happy that it's not that. And
In
why
fact,
these people,
Doctor.
and on
Yeah.
whom
Yeah.
instructions, I don't know why they are spreading such
Yeah.
news,
That's
or
PR.
it's also
PR
a
stuff.
PR activity. Yeah,
Yes.
because
In fact,
Yeah, I feel
Salman
like
must
it's
have
because
been
of
in
PR.
offended
fact,
by the
Yeah.
viral video.
Yeah.
yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
Runa, Monica, and Pushpa. See,
Uh-huh.
you don't know. I got so much of abuse from Salman Khan's fans. They said that, see, who is this lady and who is this
Oh
auntie?
God.
And they just kept on and on. They
Oh
were so
God. We
upset
have
that this
all
guy.
been there, haven't we? We have all been there at
Yeah,
some
and
You
point
know
in
what?
time.
I'll say something. When they abuse, it's actually, we know it's a checkpoint that we are doing the right thing.
yes,
Exactly,
absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why
And
it's
And
if
Meena
a
they
ji,
don't have,
trigger.
and if they don't have any facts to support it, they'll just start
Yes.
abusing you for everything and
I
nothing.
yeah,
know. I mean, I got called all sorts of things that I'm Dawood's wife or something. Just because,
Oh God.
what are you talking about, man?
Oh, you would say widow because he's dead.
It's like,
They have
what?
nothing better to write. They have nothing better
Oh
to
my
say.
God.
They've got no grounds to defend. And, our eyes are
Yeah.
Yeah.
we are absolutely awakened thanks to Shashank for
Yes.
And I
doing what
didn't
he
even know
did.
who Dawood was. Like, I had to go and find out. Who is this
In
guy?
fact, I saw Monica in some of the
You know?
comments, in my videos, some of
Yeah.
them abusing you just like that. I mean, for no
Yeah.
reason. Saying that, see, why are you
Oh.
speaking? Why are you? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
it's like some of them even say that you're a foreigner. Like, why must you speak about this? This has nothing to do with you. Like, I don't get it. Like, okay, so I have to be like an Indian to speak about this. It's a social issue, isn't it?
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
wait,
Welcome, Karun.
and
yeah.
Hello,
Meena ji,
Mrs.
Karun.
Hello,
recently,
Narayan.
Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Narayan. This is
Yes.
Karun.
Please, Karun.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Narayan and
Yeah.
Jaidev,
Yeah.
what
Hi.
a
Welcome.
pleasure to talk to you.
Thank
I've
you.
been watching your videos. I
Yeah.
have to commend you on on being remarkably candid,
Yeah. Thank
and
you.
I have to congratulate you, Mrs. Narayan,
Yeah.
for having brought up a son that can sit this way and discuss with you.
Yeah.
What
Thank you
an
so much.
amazing son you have brought up that is on the same page with you, who shares your ideologies, who is ready and willing to support his mother this way, putting in the time. I don't know
Thank
what
you.
you did Keep doing it with your son. Perhaps write a book. Or I would suggest it would be a blessing to us if you could blog how you brought up your son. Because
Karun, nothing special, Karun.
Nothing
no, it
special.
is special, Mrs. Narayan. I'll tell you, it is special because a lot of children that are educated, they think it's cool. As a matter of fact, it's a very definition of cool to rebel against your parents. We are actually programmed by Bollywood to exactly, absolutely. I want to use the right word here, to literally deliberately go out of their way to rebel against their parents, only to show how cool they are.
Yes.
And so when I
I've seen
see
a lot of it.
when I see somebody talking, and then you see their children on the same page with them, something happened. Whatever happened in there was good. Food was good. Sleep time was good. Talking to them in the right way, directing, guiding, education, all of that was top class. It was 5-star. Really, what
so
5-star means. And
Thank
so that
you. It is such a pleasure listening to you say that, because at some moment in a mother's life, somewhere you have some doubts. Are you okay? You always ask yourself. And what you're saying makes me so happy, Runa, and you also, Karun. But Karun, on another note, can you, Karun, and Runa, and Dr. Pushpa and Monica, just speak a little bit about yourselves? Where are you from? And just a little bit for our viewers, because
certainly
it's so lovely to hear your voices.
Mrs. Narayan, it is lovely to hear yours. Indeed. I don't live in India. I'm Indian, certainly, but I don't live in India. I haven't lived in India for a very long time.
Okay.
My heart is in India. And certainly, as soon as lockdown happened and the option of traveling to India was taken away from me, right at that moment, I wanted to be right back in India. Right that moment. It was like, no, take me back. They don't have good weather outside India. They don't have proper soil chemistry. They don't have enough water outside India. Why did we leave? What the hell is this? I'm terribly sorry. I'm going to be very candid, and don't mean to be respectful.
So where are you, Karun? Where are you based?
I'm currently in United States.
Okay.
And so,
are you a homemaker, or are you working?
I'm a psychologist. I'm not married yet. That's a terrible thing. I would love to be married to a nice person, but I'm not married yet. So I'm not. Well, am I a homemaker? Will I keep my own home? I have for ages. I have to do everything on my own. But yes, certainly I'm a psychologist, and I've been a career-oriented woman. And the reason
you could one day speak to our viewers about psychology and the way what's happening to the world today, to people today. So
yes, Mrs. Narayan, I would
come.
love to share some of my views. Please. And I think the only reason I think that they would be valuable is because they are terribly relevant right now. Not only are they relevant, the time has come. I do not imagine that within my lifetime, I would see what I'm seeing in terms of the views that have shifted about Bollywood. And I don't think it's a minor shift. It is indeed no less than a paradigm shift in its truest sense. And I think one of the two things that, if you don't mind, I see missing, and I would like to give you my humble input. One thing is that I do not know how far the world, at least outside America, Canada, and Europe, is even talking about the transgender agenda. Is it still taboo to talk about it? I don't know.
No,
I know that it's
not in India. Not in India. Absolutely not. Because now, see, you will note, that many people from transgenders are getting good jobs, and even in politics, they are being accepted. So it's not a big taboo
certainly
subject.
No, Mrs. Narayan, I'm not talking about it from that point of view at all. I respect the fact that everybody in the world should have a right to an employment. Everyone should have the right to be heard. And that is just humanity. Whether we're going to call that democracy or what, I don't know, because I'm a little bit iffy about these terminologies, democracy and such. We'll have to just open up that discussion. We'll have to unpack that word, democracy, right? It's getting a bit bothersome with people showing up to other people's country in the name of democracy, right? So we'll have to unpack that terminology on some other day. But what I mean with the transgender agenda is, I'll give you a couple of research words. If you could look into the word transvestigation. Now, transvestigation is a slang term that has perhaps been created by, Americans and perhaps people from England. And what this means is the transgender agenda, I'm talking about a hidden transgender agenda. I'm not talking about the intersex people. Being very clear about the differences. I'm not ashamed of talking about those differences at all. Intersex is a person that is born with a chromosomal aberration or a congenital aberration of some sort. And they're born the way they're born. Their sexual organs might be either ambiguous or perhaps the ambiguity of the reproductive system does not openly show up at birth, but there is an aberration. Now that is intersex. But when somebody goes in for a sexual reassignment, that's a whole different story. And it's a whole different, it's a whole different, let's say, psychological apparatus.
Yes.
That is institutionalized. And that becomes a big question, because when you go into searching for transvestigation, a lot of those videos have been pulled out. People have been jailed, questioned, and so what is the transvestigation agenda? The transgender agenda is that a lot of politicians and actors and currently big shots, big names in the academic field as well are actually men that are pretending to be women and women pretending to men. And keep in mind, being an articulate woman, I'm quite eloquent in the English language. I know that. But I'm using my words very wisely and choosing my words when I say pretending. Pretending. And that is the problem. The problem is in the pretense. And there is a lot of people that may be very big shots in the field of technology, athletes, huge names, and the biggest names in the world of athletes, professional athletes, and large names, the biggest names in Hollywood. There are men pretending to be women and women pretending to be men, going far back. All these US, what do you call those? Mrs. America, Miss Universe, Miss America. These kind of pageants are actually just men pretending to be women, or eunuchs and such pretending. And so the question then becomes, why would such a pretense exist? And that is something I'm going to leave up to you. I'm not going to talk more about it.
We can discuss that later.
Another day, And the second thing that I would like to give my humble input about is that we have now seen there is all of these problems. We can see all of them. You've been discussing them. My question is there any possibility that people could approach their elected leaders, such as members of parliament and such, elected leaders, and bring up issues within in their local communities in groups, never alone, never alone, but in groups of 50 or 60? Can all over India people start walking up to their elected leaders and say, well, we have issues to discuss. You're here to represent us. Here are our issues. We're documenting them on YouTube right now. We are videotaping this. We're going to put it up by district. Right, we're gonna put up the code and say, this is a meeting. We went up there, we had this, we documented this. We're waiting for an answer. We want things changed. But the discussing it, rehashing it, laughing about it, it's only going to take us so far, as what I think. But like going about it the right way, and also why can't we have cameras, CCTV cameras in places like jails? Why can't we have CCTV? Judiciary, police stations, and somebody might come up with arguments against it, but I think the biggest argument for it is that people are suffering, and if cameras can be put up,
very important,
very critically important. Why are we not using technology to our advantage for so-called virtues of democracy? So if we can see some of these, so we can enjoy some of that democracy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And thank you so much, Mrs. Narayan and Jaydev. What a pleasure.
Join us. Do join us, Karun. Give us your details and we'll contact you and call you on one of our shows.
All right. And I'll continue watching.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karun.
Thank you. Take care.
Welcome, Nagendra. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I wanted to say two things.
Yeah.
This little CISF officer, he was doing his duty so well.
Yeah.
should our judiciary not learn from that? Should our senior
Absolutely.
officers, they should not learn from that how to do your duty? He was
See,
so,
yeah,
he had such a great integrity,
yeah,
but he did his duty just like, if you remember in ancient times, like when Parvati was taking bath, Lord Ganesha did not even allow Lord Shiva to enter that place. Okay,
yeah,
because he was told okay, nobody should be allowed,
yeah,
and he had to fight a war and
yeah,
even lose his head. You see, to
yeah,
that extent it went. That
mm,
how the performance of duty is so important, and
yeah,
uh, all these big people, so-called big people,
yeah,
they just give up their values. But this
yes,
person, I respect him
yeah.
because he didn't give up on his
And
values.
if you also, if you note, Nagendra, if you note that you look at his eyes were so, intelligent, very serious. He was not scared, and
Yeah,
that's what I admired about this young boy.
yeah. He was so defiant on his duty,
Yes,
and
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
bold. He was just simply doing his duty. And
yes,
when I earlier watched Salman, I, somehow I always felt that he was such a means what your secular man. He used to celebrate Ganapati. He used to do
earlier,
this,
yeah, we
that, that.
all were under the wrong impression.
Yeah, we were all under the wrong impression. He's such a good man. He donates
Yeah.
things. But now we know. Now
What
when
is
he
happening?
walks, I just feel a Don is walking, not a
Yeah,
film star is walking.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
his body
And
language
also,
also has changed.
and also, Nagendra, he has become very old. So I
Yeah.
had a feeling, I'm not sure, that when he got out of the car, somebody was putting his shoes for him or slippers,
And
Yeah,
ma'am,
because somebody was bending.
another change you will see in his style. Once he wrote on Twitter that I can even come out on Twitter and hit you.
Oh,
That was his language. You see,
like
that
you.
has
Yeah, and
changed.
like you.
Means he has such a hitting mentality
Yeah,
that
yeah,
he can even hit on Twitter the
yeah,
people who love him. So
yeah.
they criticized him, so he just got angry.
But Nagendraji, see, people like the people who threatened us, people like
Yeah,
Paramveer Singh and Vaze and Anil Deshmukh, are all now hiding.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, ma'am.
so this
And
will happen to this guy also.
ma'am, another thing I want to talk is of the courage of certain people. Okay, see, they are at the helm of the post,
Yes.
and somebody say, actually, he should have accepted his mistake. He doesn't know
Yeah.
how many years of independence we have got.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very bad.
doesn't know.
Very bad.
And somebody reminded him.
Yeah.
Say he said कि एक slap मारना चाहिए
Yeah.
ऐसे लोगों को.
Yeah.
And such excitement.
Yeah.
So was the sensitiveness. They rushed thousands of their people to pelt stones.
Mm.
My goodness.
Yes.
My
This
goodness.
is
I
what they
think they
did.
would have been absolute strength in Afghanistan. They should
Yeah.
have
This is what.
been there.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. This is what they
You
did to
should.
Kangana, Arnav, all of them. The naval
Is it,
officer.
ma'am, this is a display of courage or cowardice?
Yes.
I want to know that.
Yes. Yeah.
I think this is a weak mentality.
Perhaps,
It's just
perhaps yeah. Perhaps
absolutely needing
Dr.
treatment.
Pushpalata, would you also like to join in?
I feel this
Yes,
needs treatment
Minaji.
in
Yeah.
a psychiatric setting because
Yeah.
it's a weak mentality that I believe exists
Let us
here.
hear from Pushpa and Monica as well.
Yeah.
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 Pushpa?
Yeah, Meenaji, recently I have noticed that many YouTubers who were pro SSR and only favoring SSR justice and many videos they used to post in a day. Now,
Yeah.
specifically, they are praising Salman Khan, and in a day they are posting multiple videos on
Yes.
Salman Khan movies,
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
Radhe came and
They're
praising that video.
humanizing
And
him.
recently,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I saw
and
that.
recently I saw 2-3 days back only many YouTubers who are pro SSR, pro right wing, I can say,
Yeah.
they are praising Shershah, and they are promoting Shershah in a way.
Yes. Yes.
I think
Yes.
now the new PR activities, like they are probably using these YouTubers as their PR to promote their movies.
Yeah.
That's why I had this impression that probably Shesha is a hit and everybody is praising. So I was really disappointed.
Yeah,
And
that's fake news.
regarding this,
Fake news again.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I'll
and
just like to, sorry, yeah,
yeah,
Pushpalata,
yes.
like you live in India, right? Like, I mean,
No, I am in
oh,
Muscat.
yeah, I mean, like in India or Muscat, how many theaters are full? Like hardly any theaters. So what do they mean
I
that
have no idea.
the
Actually, I don't go
film
to.
has done well?
Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
here it was a lockdown for long time because
yeah,
cases were very high. So recently, for
exactly.
last 1 week, it is opened up. So I don't think anybody has watched this
Yeah, that's all. So
movie.
and then they say who Shershah is hit,
I
Yeah,
think
right?
I
Shersha
don't know.
was
It is
hit
released
by
on
a limit,
OTT
right?
platform or the
Yeah,
theater.
right. But it was
Yes.
hit
It is
Sorry.
on
by
OTT
like a
platform or
very
theater.
steep limit. It was not
No,
like a very big
it
hit,
was
right?
on a OTT platform,
OTT
and then
platform.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Karan Johar put a premiere for army
Uh-huh.
people in a theater. That's
Right.
all. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it.
okay. Then what's the big fuss? You know, what's the big
I mean,
fuss about it, isn't
they say
it?
it's a very big hit.
I mean, isn't it logical?
Yeah.
One more point I want to add. I saw when you were discussing about Salman Khan. I don't know
Yeah.
whether you have noticed or not. The way he walks, the arrogance, and the stiffness in his body. And it's
Yeah.
not from now. It is from
Yeah.
years and years. I think what we see on on screen, that is very much that is only special effects. I don't think he can dance or he can do anything. He's no, I mean completely
He's hyped up, right?
mechanical.
In fact,
But it's
in
the
fact,
Nothing is
truth.
there. I
Pushpalata,
cannot. I mean, no.
I mean, it's
somebody
not
said,
that we want to
So
laugh
stiff
about
dance.
it, but
yeah,
it's true, you know?
somebody said that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to
I
do
don't know
Tiger
why
3,
people are like in the particular communities. I think
Yeah.
praising him
and
or not.
they said he's going to do Tiger 3. He won't be able to jump or do anything. So we'll have the effects.
I think all the body double they are using, or maybe special effects.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't mean to be mean, but it's like you behave like fools and then you don't want us to laugh. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Mr. Nagendra, would you also
Yeah,
like to say
please,
something?
please come in.
Yeah, I would like to say, I hope this incident with Narayan Rane is a turning point in the SSR case.
Yes, that's what
Yes.
we are also hoping.
It should open up the eyes of BJP that the water is flowing above their head now.
Yeah.
So
And it's high time they tackled it.
even they are not immune to it.
Yes.
So today somebody was hit. Now they themselves are being targeted.
Yeah.
So it's time they open up their eyes. They get strict. There are various mechanisms in the country. Our democracy is very solid.
Yes.
Okay, it has mechanisms to counter such, what should I say, hooliganism or whatever we can say.
Yes.
This should not be allowed to get away with. But otherwise, it's a very dangerous trend for the democracy.
Yes.
Okay, you have been given the right to rule a state. Please rule it efficiently, not with such kind of uh, not only arrogance here. You are showing. I have no words actually, but it's time we get hard on these things, and the courts also get harder, and the country also speak up against it. Today I am speaking.
Yes.
Please speak up. Don't feel wrong to speak up. Even people in Maharashtra, come up, speak up for these people.
Yeah.
They are doing absolutely wrong, and we as a country need to stand together because it's our country. We don't want it to go the
And,
Afghanistan way tomorrow.
Yeah,
We don't want it to
Nagendra,
go that way.
yeah, Nagendra, I would like to add one more point. You should also spread awareness. It's not only enough that you keep it to yourself. You should spread it to other people also. So then you will have a huge force, of this thing.
Yeah, that's why, sir, I am coming. That's why I'm going on channels, and I have also started my YouTube channel. And I feel it's my duty. SSR has given us a good duty. And yes, I always want to stand for my nation. He has given me the opportunity. Earlier, I was not known to anybody. Now I am known to so many people across the world. So he has given me a good job. And I think I am doing it quite well. I am proud of it, better than the Maharashtra CM, I am doing my duty. I am proud of it.
In fact,
I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, in fact, Nagendra, see this kind of tweet where we clarified, where CISF clarified that they had rewarded the officer. You won't believe it was around I think 30,000 people saw that tweet. You see,
Yeah.
so you see how word spreads because people are so fed up of Bollywood. They want boycott Bollywood, and this is one of the successes, of this. Second thing is bell bottom. The way it's sinking. This is a second. So many success stories that we are sharing now because of the public. It's solely because of the public. It's solely because of the SSRs.
Yes, ma'am. Now we know who are our real heroes.
Yes.
It's not the post. It's not the position. It's not your money. It's not the drugs which will make you big.
Yeah.
We know it's your duty.
Yeah.
However small it may be. It may be the person who is brimming your house.
Yeah.
It may be anybody. Simplest of job is if he is doing his job right, if he is doing his job with integrity. We don't care. We don't even respect a judge who is not doing his duty properly.
Yeah.
He is nothing for us. He is a traitor if he is not doing his duty. But a simplest man who is doing his duty, we stand, we salute him, and we pray that such people be given awards like Samir Wankhede was given. I was one of the first to vouch for his award. I told the day that in Lovely's channel, I told that this person should get award. He's doing his duty. I know there are so many restrictions on him, but I know some people got escaped, but it was not Samir Wankhede's wish that they should get escaped. Some political interference was there. So some actors and actresses who were still in the drug business, they got escaped. We can all sense it. But he was doing his duty quite well. Even when he was hurt, he said one thing, and I remember his words very well. We will continue to do our duty. That I remember, and that I understood that this man is a different thing. And I told, such man, we should stand, the nation should stand behind him, and he should be awarded. And I am happy, even if it's a small thing, he was awarded. And this CIS officer, today I am telling on your channel, he also deserves award, just exemplary award.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
In fact, there's a very interesting comment from Rafael. He says, years ago, I had a premonition that a young actor will be murdered in Indian movie public will wake up like a sleeping tiger. Excellent. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, see, nobody has slept after that.
Meena ji, don't you think that these paparazzi and other media, small medias and all, they should not be allowed within a few meters of the airport when the general public, they are taking all the precautions.
Yeah.
But these photographers are almost nearing the gate and nobody is stopping them. They should be stopped for security reasons.
Dr. Pushpalata, you will also see, whenever Rhea goes shopping for vegetables or fruits, the same thing. Rhea, kuch boliye ji.
Yes.
Rhea,
I hate that. I hate that. Drives me up.
Who's interested?
Exactly. Like she's a murder suspect, for God's sake. Stop. They're glamorizing her like anything.
Absolutely.
आप सब्जी ले रहे हो क्या? And then one guy was asking, I'm like, what else is she doing in the market? Having some wine at a bar. Come on.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I think that should wind up today's session. Friends, really, thank you for joining me, Nagendra, Dr. Pushpa, Monica, and
thank you.
The others as well. We'll have a session with Deepti tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
So please join us with whatever, you have questions as well. We'll ask her.
Deepti is on Friday, right?
Friday.
It's Friday, I think,
Today's Wednesday. Thank you.
Yeah. We got too excited.
To talk about Rhea made me so excited. I forgot. Which vegetable, which fruit. So thank you, Monica.
Yeah,
Take care.
thank you
and
so
take
much.
care and get
So
better.
nice to talk to you.
Okay,
Thank you,
Pushpa.
Thank
Monica.
you
Thank
all.
you for joining us from
Thank you,
Pushpa.
Jaidev.
Masjid.
Thank you.
And thank you, Nagendra.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, Meenaji. Thank you, Nasir.
Good night.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.